All right, cruising the land here, and I got to share with you this awesome 2015 LX570. So I just, and we'll pull up my rig back here in a second because we just met at a shop. I'm just getting a minor repair done. This is the same Yankee Gold. So actually James, the owner of this rig, was inspired by the Yankee Gold I put on my truck. So that was flattering and cool, and it looks awesome. So I said, hey, let's meet up, because he wants a fifth, like a fifth spare, and I had a couple Rock Warriors, so I'm just selling them as singles. So he'll still get that done. But check it out. If you remember, or if you've ever seen my channel, I did on a 2008, I called it the poor man's lift. Just, instead of buying King Shocks icons or whatever, old man emu, I ended up putting a spacer in the front of a Land Cruiser 2008, and it lifts the front. And rumor has it that a lot of Land Cruisers that come out of Japan, that go to other parts of the world, they have that spacer, but in the US they didn't, to bring the bumper down to meet FDA specs, as far as hitting a pedestrian or something. So simple fix. I lifted my 2008. I'll put the link to that video in the description below, but you can't do that with an LX570. Why? Because it's got automatic height control. But even better, what you can do, and James was just going over it with me, and he's going to pull up a picture for us to see. There is this set screw here, if you can see right back there, and I'll show you in the rear as well. You move that literally like a 1/4 inch, and it will make an inch difference. So he was showing me all his specs, like he went up an inch here, like on high, went from 6 to 7. And even, in the standard height, you're up about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, but visibly. Here we got the, so what are we looking at here? This is
on high before the sensor lift.
So it's about 6. Okay.
And then this is on high after the sensor lift,
which is about 7.
Yeah. And then normal height.
And normal height?
It's about this.
Before sensor lift?
Before sensor lift, and then after the sensor lift.
So about another inch difference doing that. Look how easy that is. Oh my God. So, and I just wanted to show you in the rear, if this will show us clearly. Where is it? Where is it that you did the...
To find it in the rear, you gotta go.
I saw it so clearly before.
Yeah, let me see. Let me try to find it.
Oh, because you had it on high, or you have it on high now.
I do have it on high. It's
well, it's the same sort of bracket that the yeah, we'll find it for you guys here in a second. So when I saw James, I was like, dude, your wheels are amazing, but what's going on with your tires? So you know what I did? I got him my tire coat, and I also pointed out this plastic is in need, this plastic, and of course the kick plate. So this kick plate, all of that is the Cerakote that I discovered a few years back, and I put the Cerakote trim, the black trim, on half of my wife's kick plate. 2 years later, it was black and gray. So here is the tire coat, and I'm loving this product. I figured, God, if these guys put out such a good product to make that amazing with their coating, it's got to be great for tires. And by the way, Cerakote is the same company that does the powder coat prismatic, and they do the Cerakote for firearms and stuff. So let me open up that bottle, and I'm going to do a bit of as a tire. This should show you the difference it makes and how awesome it's going to look with his amazing wheel. So now the tire will be just as nice. Hang on a sec. All right, so here's the Cerakote. James is going to help me with filming, but watch that tire become amazing. So I always do it in sections. So maybe come up closer. Right? So easy. It's one swipe, and then get into that KO2 on that same angle as that. Look at that already. And the reason, and you want to do it in the shade. You don't want to do it in the sun. So. And this coating is going to last not till your next car wash. This is going to last for months. And if you go off-roading, and look, you can hit, look at that, you can hit that and then just wipe it off. So don't worry about hitting some of your powder coat. This is not going to hurt it at all. In fact, it's going to protect it, but it's not meant for the powder coat. This is meant for the rubber. So there we go. And what I like about this is it gives it a natural, just new tire black look. And then let's say I just did the whole tire, right? I'll do one final coat, right? And just once. You don't rub. It's just one swipe. So I'm gonna let James finish that at home, but look how nice that becomes. I don't know if the camera is doing it justice.
Looks good.
Oh yeah. But it's gonna give, it doesn't give it a, here, I'll just grab the camera. It doesn't give it a slick, like, you know, you spit up your slick onto your car and you get black, especially on a white truck. It's just gonna keep it a natural sheen, and it's gonna protect the tire. So you go off-roading, you get mud on it. We didn't do this side, obviously. Look at that. We went from that to that. And you know, when it's too shiny, it's like try hard.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that guy's really trying to make his truck look slick. And what off-road truck has Armor All slick tires? Just make them look new. So that's the tire coat. Let's see if my rig is done, and we'll pull my truck side by side. And I'll share with you, I did an Icon Stage 6, paid a pretty penny for it to be done. And now I see his LX570. I'm like, what? 15 minutes and turning a couple bolts, you got the same lift that I got? What the hell? That's not fair. All right, so let's pull up the 200 series behind the LX here. Okay, we're at the rear, and James and I want to show you where that adjustment is. And it's right, no, I see it. Yeah, it's right here. That's what you're going to adjust. So up or down, and that will adjust your automatic height control and make literally a difference of an inch. So I asked James, I'm like, if you were to sell your car, how long would it take you to get the car back up to the same level? He's like, 15 minutes. You know, once you know where to look, once you know where it is, it's a simple adjustment. And it's right there on this side. It's almost like there's like it shows you about an inch of going up or down to adjust it. So you take it from the middle and adjust it so that it's going to give you the height. All right, we're almost got my 200 series done. We were putting 2 new pigtails because a rat got in my hood and chewed those wires. That's all he did. Just he went and said, I'm going to give Cruising the Line a hard time. So we're putting in new pigtail wires, and it's almost done. And then we'll pull it up behind the LX here. All right, so my guy is done. The 200 series. There's the shop dog. And back to the tires. Not done. Very faded and brownish looking. And that one's done with that Cerakote. But here's the key. Next time you wash the car, you don't have to do this again. And the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth time you wash the car, you don't have to keep doing this. It's done. So this is going to be good for multiple washes for a few months. That's the beauty of it, using that tire coat. And it's got ceramic, true ceramic, right? Because there's SiO2 and there's ceramic. This is the real deal. All right. So it's interesting to see the white colors of the 200 series and the LX. So the LX is like a bright crystal white. I should check to see what they call it. I remember back in the day, the LX570 was called crystal white. And then this white, this is the sapphire, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a little bit less bright white than the LX. So it's just a matter of taste, right? So Yankee Gold inspired the LX to get Yankee Gold. The only difference is this Yankee Gold and the black fake bead locker has also powder coated bolts just to get rid of the silver, because I was doing a whole chrome delete on this 200 series. So all the chrome is gone. Sleeve rear bumper. It's got the Icon Stage 6 installed over at Off-Road Warehouse. Thank you, boys. And we have to do one final adjustment, so it's still going to go up about an inch, 3/4 of an inch to an inch in the front. And it's got a KDSS lean right now, so we have to redo that. KDSS lean means it's leaning on this side, the passenger side. The Land Cruiser lean is if it's leaning on the driver's side, just FYI. But yeah, think about it. Think about how much money I spent on that whole setup, front and back, compared to James just turned a couple bolts on a Sunday afternoon. He's got the same height as I've got. I think we're both 7 inches in the back, and I'm actually about 5.5 inches in the front. That's going to go up to 6.5, and I think you're closer to 6 inch in the front, right? 7 and 6. But there you have it. If you have a Land Cruiser, you could do the spacer, and if you have an LX like this one, you can do just those little bolts. There's a whole thing on it on I Hate Mud. So look more into detail because I have not done it. I'm just sharing you what James did. I went the Icon Stage 6 route because that does not have automatic height control. Unlike the 06, 07 Land Cruisers, there was some that came with the automatic height control, like the LX470s. Toyota never did that with the 200 series. So there you go. LX. Think about it. Like if LX570s usually go for a better price than a 200 series, so you can get an LX, you can do that AHC lift, which is not a module bypass. It's just going straight to the sensors and that 10mm bolt and resetting it. Versus
sensor lift, and then you just put it on high for the AHC.
Sensor lift and put it on high. Yeah. So right now it is on high. So when he goes 20 miles an hour, it will come down, but it'll come down to that new preset standard height, which is about an inch higher than it was prior before making that adjustment. And then the only other difference is the LX is sitting on 33s and this Land Cruiser is sitting on 35s. Both on 17-inch Rock Warrior wheels. 35s, 33s. So you really, could you tell a difference if you see one car by itself? No, but when you see them side by side, you do see those BFGs have a lot more meat. And by the way, when I say 35s, technically with the 315 measurement, it is 34.6, 34.4, and then 32.6, I believe, or 32.4 is the true measurement. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, James. Thanks for sharing us your LX570, and we did one tire, finish them all with that tire coat. Anybody who wants tire coat, trim coat, or paint protect, which is a true ceramic, which is easy to use for your car versus, I used to always use Griot's Garage, which had the highest SiO2. Well, come to find out, the true ceramic is the paint protect from Cerakote. So it's real ceramic and it's priced right. It's affordable, it's easy to use, wipe on, buff out, and your car looks shiny. So there we go. LX and a Land Cruiser, if you're in the market for either, there they are side by side. Thanks for tuning in, happy trails, and we'll catch you on the next one.